Good evening, America. I am the Big Red One guy, reminding you that together we must break the machine. Well, Biden announced that he's going to give another $425 million in arms package for Ukraine in a call with Zelensky. In case you missed it, this happened a couple of days ago. And Zelensky, that fucking Gusano, he was in this country, I want to say in late September. He was campaigning he was helping the Kamala Harris campaign in Pennsylvania. Took a whole bunch of photo ops with the governor, what's his name? Shapiro, I think it is, signing fucking bombs and shit like that. And this is just like it's just not never gonna stop with this administration, just giving out money fucking left and right. And this guy he came here for another fucking handout, right? Because he's our biggest welfare recipient, this motherfucker. So what you guys need to understand is that the reason we're giving so much to Ukraine is we don't have treaties with them. We're not like fucking, they're not part of NATO or anything like that. It just all comes down to bribery, right? People don't want to admit it, but it comes down to bribery, all right? Because the Biden family, not the Biden administration, the Biden family has gotten their hands very, very dirty in the country of Ukraine. All right. In 2015, Hunter Biden's homeboy, Devin Archer, got put on the Burisma board. And then, after talking and using his father's influence, he was able to get on the board as well. Um, I want to say that was probably shortly after the spring of 2014. They put Hunter Biden on there. um, Je- Devin Archer got put on in 2014. I'm sorry, right? And then in 2015, we know that was the last year of the Obama administration, and there was an investigation in the country of Ukraine that was going on. All right, with the company Burisma in particular, and most of us have seen the video footage of um, Biden talking about how he told the attorney general in Ukraine essentially to drop it, or they weren't going to give uh, what do you call it, Ukraine the $1 billion that they were supposed to be getting for whatever fucking reason at the time. All right. And that just held off. Now, Zelensky didn't get elected until 2019, right? But like he's gotta know where all the fucking bodies are with all of this shit, right? Now that he gets elected, he's the president, he's part of the government, and lo and behold, here comes Putin. By the way, Zelensky's no fucking, he's no Boy Scout. All right. I know he goes around dressed like one, but he's not a Boy Scout. Boy Scout. Okay. He just recently this year he suspended the elections in Ukraine, using the excuse essentially because of war. And he didn't give his people a chance to vote his ass out. I don't know. I thought his days could have been numbered at that time. He was supposed to have an election in the spring. I think it's every 5 years they get is their election for president in the country of Ukraine. With that said, again, this all goes back to 2015 when Burisma was on the investigation in the country of Ukraine by the Ukrainian government. All right, and Biden was able to get them to fucking, stop the investigation. Why? Because his son was on the board, and his son was probably facing some serious time for any corrupt shit that was going on with the company in Ukraine, not here in the United States. So, and through Hunter Biden, the Biden family and their associates, they earned probably about up to $6.5 million in that country. So you gotta know that Zelensky, okay, he's very aware of where all the fucking bodies metaphorically are buried in Ukraine when it comes to the corruption that the Biden family is involved in, right? So, you know, article goes on to say President Joe Biden reiterated the U.S. support for Ukraine and announced a new $425 million military assistance package during a call with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on October 16th. According to a White House readout, the new military assistance for Ukraine will include additional air defense capabilities, air to ground munitions, armored vehicles, and deliveries of other critical munitions to meet Ukraine's urgent needs. In the incoming months, the United States will provide Ukraine with a range of additional capabilities, including hundreds of air defense interceptors, dozens of tactical air defense systems, additional artillery systems, significant quantities of ammunition, hundreds of armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles, and thousands of additional armored vehicles, all of which will help to equip Ukraine's armed forces, the White House said. So, you know, Can you imagine if that 400 just that $425 million, which when you think of it in the grand scheme of thing with all the money we fucking spend everywhere all over the world for everyone else, okay, is just a drop in the bucket, right? But we have American citizens all over the Southeast who are suffering. Many of them have lost their homes. They have nothing. They're fighting with FEMA to get a bullshit fucking check for $750, which isn't going to do anything. Maybe 2 weeks of fucking food, if that. Okay. And, they have to fight with FEMA down there. FEMA's just been very obstructive in all of these states, that were affected by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Can you imagine if we took that $425 million instead of giving it to this fucking worm? We actually gave it to the American people. It's not much in the grand scheme of things, right? Because we depleted all the money. And don't listen to what FEMA says. Don't listen to fucking what Mayorkas and all of them are saying that, oh, we do have money. Because he came out like a week ago saying we don't, 2 weeks ago, I think, and said we don't have money uh for the hurricanes. Now all of a sudden he has money for hurricane season, right? And it's because they spent all of their money, okay, on the illegal immigration and transporting them across the nation and dropping them off in every fucking state. So like we just shouldn't be doing this. This burns my ass because we don't even have a treaty with them, right? There's not any real signed agreements, saying, hey, come to my aid in case I get fucking, invaded like the Russians did. And Zelensky is no, like I said, he's no Boy Scout. Okay, he suspended elections. He's arrested his political opposition, or fucking exiled them out of the country and whatnot. And he's gone after the Orthodox Church there, which is a Russian Orthodox Church and stuff like that, just because they hold favor for Russia, right? Because that's where they're at, and stuff. So he's no nice guy. He's Putin light, and I'm just tired of hearing and seeing this fucking worm. He's just like a gusano, man. And look, fucking Father Death on the right there, just like, oh hey, let's just give you some more money. So we're just we're just blowing our money left and right. The reason 80% of our fucking dollar value is shit right now is because we give money to everyone. All right. And this is the shit that we're dealing with. Here's why Americans are upset, because we got all this shit happening here in the United States. Crime is through the roof, okay? The criminal alien problem, inflation is through the fucking roof, and we just keep doling out money to absolutely everyone, you know? And this guy just keeps coming and begging, but in his case is worse because this is just bribery, right? He knows where the bodies are, and if he really wanted to fucking bury the Biden administration, he could have done that already. Not that in the grand scheme of things it would have made a difference here in the American press, because they cover for Biden and Harris on absolutely everything. So it wouldn't have made a difference, because the Marxist state media, which is an arm of the fucking current government, wouldn't have done anything. So anyway, America, that's just my rant for the day. I'm the Big Red One guy signing out. God bless you all. God bless America. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when I'm dropping the next video.